is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare. One last scare. One last scare.
Hello and welcome to The Last Scare, a home for horror nerds to come together and gush about their favorite feel-good genre. I'm Jayla with Cam today, and we're joined by Blake and Sabrina, and we are venturing into haunted mansions to have some talks with demons from our past, perhaps. But first, we have some news. News I know that folks are excited to talk about. Let's start with
the big news.
There's a lot of big news going on.
I think there's one news that's very big.
Well, okay, I'll start with that one instead. Assuming that I think
there's a headline here.
Scream 7?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna start with Saw. We'll do Scream 7. Scream 7
would be better, but let's start with Scream.
I think the Scream news is a big deal.
It is a big deal. I absolutely agree.
Very
Scream 7. We have a new director. I'm very excited to see Christopher Landon of Happy Death Day and Freaky
I'm very excited for that.
take the reins.
Yeah.
I think he can absolutely nail it. I think he can do really great comedic beats. I think he can do really stellar emotional beats, and I think we'll get some good chase scenes and scares. I'm personally pretty excited.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
Yeah, I think the direction they were going was not... I feel it's giving Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Oh my god, stop!
It's giving we don't have a plan.
I didn't know that we'd be talking about this because I was just ranting to Sabrina about my thoughts on these last two Scream movies, and I said, if I could be positive, I'm so glad we have a new director.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you just said, we need a new direction. We need a clear thread of narrative, not just, Sam's connected to, Billy Loomis. Maybe she'll be Ghostface. She won't, but maybe she will be.
Will she be Ghostface?
God.
Will it be? Will she be? It's like will it be
Ghostface?
Okay, think about it like this: in The Last Jedi.
Oh God.
Here we go. I'm on a Rian Johnson tangent here. In The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren smashes his helmet to pieces, and that's because Rian Johnson is like, I don't want to do the helmet, I don't want to do it. And then J.J. Abrams takes over again, and he repairs the helmet. So at the end of Scream 6, she throws down the mask. She's like, I'm not going to be Ghostface. But within the new director, he's like, no, we're going to make her Ghostface. We're going to do it.
Maybe.
Hola, hello, well, welcome to the party. How do you feel
Hi.
about Scream 7 having a new director? Because as Cam was saying here with his great analogy, it was getting a little too Star Wars in the Scream franchise.
I think it's actually a very good analogy because that's kind of true. I mean, I'm not saying I defend it, but obviously there's two different things because there's two different directors. But I think if it was one director, it'd be a little more consistent. But I get it. But I think sometimes when you don't know a direction, I think a different director is the call.
Dreaded says terrible, crying, throwing up. I want the old one back. Frowny face. Not happy about it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's gonna be all right. We'll be taking.
Well, I envy you for enjoying the last two Scream movies. I wish I had that.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. We had this rant like an hour ago, and I was like, he was literally
we are
shitting on it.
Very
he was
different
shitting
ends
on it,
of
and
the
I was like, I
spectrum.
love it, and I was just like, okay, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's next in the news?
Oh, news, yes. Saw. The 10th Saw.
That
the
I'm
trailer.
excited about.
Did y'all see the trailer?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, we're so back.
I love the vibe of it. Especially after the last two, and specifically Spiral. They tried something kind of new with Spiral, but not really.
Did.
Kind of.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen Spiral, but everything he said, just like everything, seems like the opposite of what Saw is. So I'm like, I haven't even.
Yeah, the new Saw 10 takes place between Saw 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
there's
I
that.
don't know. It still feels like it. It still feels like Saw, and the trailer literally felt like pure Saw, and I was very happy.
The trailer felt like one of those early 2000s trailers for a Saw sequel. I
It
love
did.
Perfect vibes for Saw 10. So
And I was like,
I'm here.
thank you. I was like, thank you. This is what I needed.
Tobin Bell, he's like 80 now?
Yeah.
Dude's old. He still has it. He still has the
How
jigsaw
old is
in him. The
I love that,
jigsaw
though.
energy in him.
he? Still got
I
the
actually
dog
love
in
that,
him.
though.
Yeah.
He's
I
80 on the dot.
Wow.
Jesus.
Good for him.
impressive,
Get that bag.
honestly. I want to be 80 still making movies.
Can I, there's like one little thing that I wanted to say. I just thought was so funny. It was
Sure.
when the trailer dropped. You know how like discussion films, whenever like a trailer or something drops, they'll like drop screen grabs from like a trailer.
Yeah.
They put a picture of the puppet named Billy, and then everyone's like, they're like, he has a name, and I was like, where the fuck have you guys been? Everyone's like freaking out. They're like, oh my god, did the puppet just get a name? And I was like, it's always had a name.
Wow.
Billy the puppet's pretty iconic.
Yeah, it was like a news to everybody that I had a name, and I was like, what? It was so funny though. It was just like all over my timeline.
Pause. Wait. Before you say it, listen. You should absolutely watch it. It is on Shudder, but you have to watch it with like.
For audio only people's Dreaded said, I really want to see Skinamarink so bad.
Yes. Thank you. Still very important.
Dreaded, don't do it. Don't do it.
Watch it in the dark. Watch it in the dark. Volume all the way up. No distractions. You have to like completely just like be you. TV.
Takes immersion.
Yeah.
Immersion's important for
It does.
Skinamarink.
I know. It's a broken record thing, but
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hate that. Hate that so much.
Highly
What's
recommend.
next?
Oh,
Were we done talking about Saw?
I don't know. I don't have anything else on Saw.
Saw is so back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Saw's back.
Saw
baby.
is so back.
We're so back.
Saw is absolutely back.
I'm so excited.
Hey, Sif Morrison. Good to see you.
Aww. Well, we're happy
Thanks.
to see you as always.
Thanks for always
Always a
stopping by,
supporter.
Jordan.
Check in later. Let us know what you think.
Please do. We adore you.
All right, what's up next?
Yes. Anyway, as far as Saw goes, it does look like classic Saw. I just hope, the one thing Saw can give us is good gore, good kills, and that's all I want. One more news.
Judging by the are we done with Saw?
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Blake. Do you have anything else to say about Saw?
Talk about the trap.
Oh, Lord. I was just gonna praise the. I didn't see the clip because I wasn't there, but they showed a clip of the that poster, the tubes attached to the person's eyeballs.
Oh yeah, strong poster.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you hear what the clip was?
I haven't. Is it the trap? Because I'm wary of it.
Yeah. The trap is.
Wait.
Well, I think
Wait.
we'll go in blind with it.
Oh, you want to go in blind with it?
Yeah,
We'll go
we-
in blind.
yeah.
Blind.
Bland?
Bland.
Okay.
Let's hope it's not bland.
Let's hope not. Just give
No,
us
you
your
wanna go
gut
blind.
reaction on
Wait, are you
like
talking about the picture that they
Zero-
posted before the trailer dropped?
It looks like hamster tubes, though.
0 out of 5 pukes. How disturbing is it?
3 or 4.
Ooh.
It's not like I'm sure there's been gorier ones in the franchise if I think about it, but it's creative. I like it a lot.
I feel like the brain surgery one's gonna be the most goriest one.
Yes, that one looks pretty cool.
Very
excited.
interesting.
I'm excited.
I'm
I
also
know.
excited. It's like makes me think of Final Destination, but more twist because that's what Saw does. A twist every movie.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm like weird with gore, but I just something about Saw and the traps just like fascinates me, and I'm just always excited for that. So
Absolutely.
As Dreaded is pointing out in the chat that there is a Paw Patrol fan poster with the reverse. People said that we're having our next Barbenheimer already.
oh
because
yeah,
Paw
it's,
Patrol comes out
Paw
on the
Patrol,
same day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Patrol.
the studios are trying to cash in on Barbenheimer. They are trying to manufacture the hype now.
I just, Barbie made me
Yeah,
cry. I don't think Paw Patrol will make me cry.
No.
Listen,
Cam
listen.
can
I might be embarrassing myself on the stream, but Clifford made me cry, so you never know.
did he die?
You never know. Shit gets you, man.
Oh my
I was
god.
like,
That's true. That's true.
Shit gets
Kim
you.
can vouch that I can be a crybaby at movies.
Jayla cries a lot
I am
in
too.
movies.
It's bad. Right, Blake? Am I not?
I'm bad, and you're worse than I am.
Yeah, I'm really bad. It's so bad. I cry over everything. It's so bad.
After Barbie, she was like,
Barbie was rough for me.
Oh, falling so bad. I was crying so bad. Honestly, the second time around, I didn't cry as bad, but so I was able to like enjoy everything more because I was just crying the entire time the first time. It was so bad.
Oof. But
It was
anyways, tears aside, dry your tears because we have one more piece of news before we get into our movies today. And I don't know if anyone here is familiar with Psycho Gorman, but the
Yes.
director Steve Kostanski's
Kostansky?
the director has announced a new movie coming out called Frankie Freako, who is going to be a party animal, a monstrous party animal. It's going to give us some good old, Gremlins vibes. It's going to have great practical effects.
yeah, I want to plug Psycho Gorman here. Phenomenal low-budget movie, and it's
We have a
hysterical.
copy. We just haven't watched it yet for some friggin' reason.
Really?
I've never
I
even heard
do
of
have
that.
a copy. Yeah, I bought it from
For-
like ages ago.
We have a
I want
Blu-ray.
to say this for everyone out of context, because I highly doubt more than, I don't know, anyone watching this has watched it. I own the Hunky Boys edition of Psycho Gorman.
Hunky
on
Boys,
Blu-ray.
huh?
Hunky Boys.
The Hunky Boys edition.
Are
Out
there
of
some
This is
Hunky
the
Boys in the
first time
movie?
I've ever heard of this.
Exactly. It came with trading cards.
I think Sabrina's intrigued.
She's
I've
intrigued
never
by the
heard of
Hunky
this.
Boys.
You better not be that intrigued.
No, what does that mean?
Did you hear what edition of the movie I have?
Hunky
This
Boys.
edition.
Hunky
No.
Boys.
No, I'm just curious because I've never even heard of that like movie or whatever.
Oh, we'll watch it.
I've never heard of it.
It's cinema.
We're gonna skip Ninja Turtles tonight and just watch
Is it
the
gonna
performance.
wait? Is it like gonna screw me up kind of movie? Because I'm.
It
not
is
watching
a horror comedy. It
Okay.
does not take itself seriously.
I was like, if you trick me and it's like a
whatsoever.
Skinamarink type movie, I'm gonna like kill you.
It is
Because
nowhere
I
near
know you. You
Skinamarink.
would do that.
Mm.
So I was like,
I've done that
no.
once.
If
I
Blake goes
tricked my
missing,
friend.
well, we know where to look now.
I tricked my friend into thinking we were going to see Spider-Man Far From Home, and it was midsummer. So I did it once.
That's so mean.
Never again. He liked it. It's fine.
Oh my god. Oh no. But
Party animal, huh?
party animal. Yeah, that's all we got.
That's all we got?
Gremlins vibes. A maniacal party animal.
Cool.
Waka waka.
Waka
that's,
waka.
That's not animal.
No.
That's,
No.
Speaking of which, you know what I haven't watched? Muppets Haunted Mansion. And I'm starting to wish I had.
Oh, we could have watched it. It would have been perfect.
I don't know why I didn't.
Ah!
I didn't think about it.
I love the Muppets. But we
think I
did
saw
Oh my
the
Haunted
first
god,
Mansion.
half of it.
you would get along with like one of my best friends so much. She loves the Muppets.
I love the Muppets.
Oh my god.
Are we getting into Haunted Mansion now?
Why not?
Yeah, let's talk
Okay.
about Haunted
Get
Mansion
us into
2003 first.
Let's go back in time to a simpler time with Eddie Murphy in every movie.
I don't know if I want to talk about this movie anymore.
Y'all didn't like it?
I love Eddie Murphy to death, but he did not cook. Not with this one.
They didn't
No,
give him much
okay,
to work
so
with, really.
this was-
No,
Blake's
that
first-
was a bad script.
It was very
No.
bare bones, very simple.
I mean, the worst part is this was Blake's first time watching it. I've seen this when I was a kid, and I remember loving it and watching it. I was like, this is
The
not
whole
good.
movie, she was
That
was
was
like,
pretty much my.
I remember so many colorful ghosts, and like, didn't they go like through a corridor and like a bunch of doors? And I'm like, I think you're genuinely just thinking of the ride. Like, I don't think you're applying these happy memories to the
'Cause-
movie.
Yeah, I was like, I used to love it, and then I was like watching it, and I was like,
I think I'm the only
Like,
one that
this is kinda
hasn't
boring.
been to Disney. Have you ridden the Haunted Mansion?
I didn't get to ride it. It makes me really sad.
Dang.
I got to ride Tower of Terror.
no.
They're still nice. Well, in Florida, I'm sure it is. We have Guardians now.
Yes.
But, yeah.
See, but Guardians doesn't make it any better. So
Eddie Murphy
Oh,
says
my
I
God.
should have been in the
Oh my god.
What?
Whoever that is, you were quick with that.
That was quick. That's good.
I'm so sorry they did you dirty.
That's
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, King, that they did you dirty. You were the best part of the first movie, I promise.
Can you do an Eddie Murphy impression?
Excuse me?
It's just a question.
No, I can't. Can you?
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
I guess.
You know on. Oh, you haven't seen the Office. Never mind.
You know, I
Jayla
think
still hasn't
it's
seen The
worse
Office.
asking me if I can do one than
We're
you just
live.
doing one.
We're live, guys. No, don't do it.
Dreaded says, "Donkey, what are you doing here?"
Jeez.
Would you
Anyway,
do it, Eddie Murphy?
Haunted Mansion,
So quick
Eddie
with that,
Murphy.
I love it.
Haunted Mansion.
Your first watch.
Yeah, okay. So here's what I will say about original Haunted Mansion. I thought there was a sequel. There's no sequel. I thought there were 2 movies.
Yeah.
I was relieved to find out it was only one. I didn't enjoy it that much. However, I like the early to mid 2000s era of Disney doing live action, such as National Treasure, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Pirates of the Caribbean. I think as far as CGI in that era goes, they were spending a lot of time on it, and it looked pretty good. I think the visuals, maybe not in Haunted Mansion so much, but in like Dead Man's Chest
In
and
Pirates,
the Narnia
they still
movies.
hold up today.
Oh, those movies look so beautiful, and I think it had a very strong sort of like authentic visual vibe
I think all
to
their
it.
all their money just went to those movies, and that's, my
Yeah,
heart.
I would argue Davy Jones looks better than Thanos.
David.
Oh,
Infinity
absolutely,
War.
absolutely,
It's probably like some of the best CGI ever.
agreed.
I'm like, the fact that it's like so many years ago too, and it's like CGI technology has gotten better. It still hasn't been topped.
We could cheat someday and cover the first 3 Pirates movies if we wanted to.
I'm
Those are
down.
spooky.
Yeah, we actually put it on our list to rewatch all of them.
I absolutely
Yes!
love,
I want to
Jason
rewatch
enough.
them too.
but
Yeah, I think we've been looking for an excuse to rewatch them.
I will only do the original trilogy though. It was supposed to stop there.
Yes.
I don't FW 4 and 5. Sorry to say it.
I haven't even
I
watched them.
agree.
You haven't even watched
Yeah, I
the
haven't
4th
seen them
one?
either.
No, I watched the 4th one. I didn't watch the 5th.
No,
Yeah.
we're watching all of them, Blake.
Why am I
Sorry.
getting punished?
Sorry, Blake.
Brett Blake.
The lady
Oh,
has
I'm
spoken.
horrified.
I'll tell you later why, okay?
Yeah, I know. Nightwing's in 4.
Yeah. I have to
Oh,
watch it.
yeah.
Rewatch it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's
Brenton
like
Blade.
kind of, him and his girl are kind of cute in that movie, but that's all it's got going for it. I mean, they've all still got Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, but
I'm sure they have that charm, but like,
the 5th one looks absolutely horrible. The visuals are bad. Javier Bardem is somehow not good in it.
really? He looked cool, and then I heard it got bad reviews, and I was like, ah. And I never got around to seeing it.
I just think it looks like shit. I think
What
it
year
was
did the 5th one come
don't
out?
remember.
2017, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one.
Around there.
Eddie Murphy says actually Brendan Thwaites was in 5.
He's in 5. You're fact checking me on this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue against Eddie Murphy. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna argue against Eddie Murphy, and I will admit if I'm wrong.
Well, how do we feel about the new Haunted Mansion?
I didn't mean to just like jump into it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was good campfire horror. I like the way that the changes they made to the story.
He was
Of
right.
course, they gotta touch on grief. You know,
He was right.
they're doing.
He was
they're-
right.
It didn't feel shoehorned in. I don't think. I felt like it really kind of flowed in well with like you're dealing with ghosts and all that, so it makes sense. But no, I thought it was really cute. I like the change they made. It felt really unique. I love the cast, so I'm more partial. Good like Halloween movie to take your kids to. If it was in October, but it's not. Good like, yeah, it's cute.
I think Lakeith Stanfield is such a phenomenal actor.
Absolutely, he stole the show.
I think he was definitely the strongest part of this movie. I did not recognize Jamie Lee Curtis in the ball at first.
Really? That's why I kept punching.
Yeah,
you.
Jayla kept punching me at the movie theater, and I was like, what? And I couldn't tell that it was her until she came out of the ball.
I mean, honestly, like, I think half the reason, like, certain characters that were, like, put in that you could tell who were is, like, when they started doing trailers in the theaters, they would, like, tell you who was who. Because the ghost that Jared Leto plays, I had no idea it was him until they said it in the trailer.
I forgot
was like,
he was in
fuck,
it.
it's him. That's the only reason why I knew it was Jared Leto, because they were like, oh, and Jared Leto, and I was like, fuck, what?
And every time he pops up, I'm like, wait, wasn't he canceled or something?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I can't keep up.
apparently it's whatever, so.
They just keep letting him, I don't know, star in
Not
movies.
to,
But
like,
Disney
praise
loves
him.
him. He's
Not
gonna be in
to,
the new
like,
Tron.
Yeah, Disney
Praise
does
him.
really like him for some reason.
But he was actually, like, really, like, probably one of the biggest highlights of this movie.
He was, well, aside from Lakeith, but yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is I think this movie was everything I thought the OG one was. I thought I remembered it as. Now I'm disappointed. Because I liked this one more, and it felt more like the ride in so many ways that I was just like...
It just
Again,
embraced
I don't
more
know.
aspects of the ride.
I think the first one I literally probably just thought of the ride, and that's probably why I loved it so much, because watching it I was like, this is not good. And then watching the new one I was like, okay, I know this is not getting good reviews, but this story is so much better.
Yeah.
There's like more depth to it than the freaking first one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the visuals too. I think they had some cool moments visually.
I like that we saw more of the ghosts in like the middle instead of just like 20 minutes at the end. You know?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Because like I don't know, like comparing it, it's like you don't really see it. I mean, like you see them like spread out more in the second one and the new one, and I like that.
For sure. Blake, do you have any non-spoiler thoughts to throw at us?
Yes. I can say I liked it a lot better than the Eddie Murphy one.
You can't.
I can. I absolutely liked it better than the Eddie Murphy one. But I think the biggest thing that bugs me with movies is wasted potential. And I feel like this movie could have been so much better. Like, it's not getting good reviews, and even I finished it, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I would tell people, wait till it's on Disney Plus and see it around Halloween. And if you don't like it, maybe go to Disneyland and get to a good Haunted Mansion. But to not give Jared Leto too much credit, it's hard not to like the Hatbox Ghost. So I would already say you're going to go into the movie liking him. And I think this movie had a better reason for getting this cast of characters into the Haunted Mansion, as opposed to the Eddie Murphy one, where they're just, trying to sell a house, and then they just get stuck in there for some reason. But this new one, I liked Lakeith's motivation for taking on this job. I like Owen Wilson. He's always like one of the most likable guys if you have him in your movie, so
yeah,
he was no brainer. Rosario Dawson and
he's always getting that Disney check.
He is getting that Disney check. And that little kid was really good. He was in this movie a lot. I liked it. They did utilize the ghost a lot more than the last one, but again, I still think they could have. I don't know. They could have gone for it a little more. The first half of this movie, I didn't really gel with when it came to the story. The second half is where they really started getting more into the ride and like why you like Haunted Mansion to begin with. So I think specifically the third act saved this movie for me. So
yeah, it was really
overall,
yeah.
one thumb up.
One
thumb up. Oh.
One thumb up.
Hey, that's better than no thumbs up.
That's what I'm saying. The last one got no thumbs up.
You guys want to dip our toe into some spoilers before we head on into Talk to Me?
Let's dip our toe.
All right, spoiler warning is up. Floor is y'all's. Who wants to go first with our Haunted Mansion spoilers?
I mean, is it a spoiler to kind of just like say like certain scenes like they really felt like the ride when they were like climbing up the like gargoyle and stuff like that? I don't know. Is that considered a spoiler?
Yeah, because it wasn't in the trailer.
Well, now it's just whatever.
Yeah,
just all your
Yeah,
thoughts.
now it doesn't matter.
You don't have to censor yourself.
Whatever you'd like.
You don't specifically have to spoil
it.
anything.
But it was like little things like that when you get on the ride. They like the whole like how do you describe it? Like when you're on
That
the
room
ride.
stretching.
Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
stretching and the paintings like talk to you. Oh, it's so cool. That like
hmm
that's what the OG one should have still been like too. Like it should always be like feel like the ride. Like this looked like the house. Like you actually talked about the ghosts that are like on the ride and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I don't know why they waited until all these years to finally do that. Which I don't know. But that kind of bugged me. Now that I've watched both back to back, and I'm like I feel like I was lied to be honest. I
Yeah.
feel lied to. Very sad.
Oh no.
I do. I was like, I literally was like praising the crap out of it before we watched it. I was like, oh, you're gonna love it. And then Blake's like, what? And I'm
Eddie
like, oh.
Murphy. Eddie Murphy says the CGI face on Jamie Lee Curtis
my
in the crystal ball looked really rubbery. You'd swear she was a Flash movie cameo.
Eddie Murphy is so upset about this remake, leaving him out.
I think Eddie Murphy just really, yeah.
He's got a
We're
lot of
sorry,
thoughts.
Eddie. We love you still.
Eddie, tell us all your thoughts.
I was really excited that Jamie Lee Curtis was in this movie. Because I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I will say that. I thought this movie was a lot more, what sort of, like, just like had a lot more whimsy to it than the original, and I really appreciated that.
I would say it leans into the goofiness a little more, but for me, none of the jokes really landed.
No.
I would say this movie wasn't for me. It's not that it was bad, it just wasn't for me. I feel like this is like a kid's scary movie.
Yeah.
Like this is
Not to say
Well, that's
that
like literally how the OG one was when we were kids too. So
yeah, and not
Yeah.
to say that you can't make a kids horror movie that appeals to everyone. I will say that.
for sure.
But no, I still think, not to like make your point for you or interrupt you. I still think that I don't have a point. Blake, go.
The third act, when it came to the in the graveyard with all the ghosts flying around and everything, that's I think the most dialed into this movie that I was, is when it fully like you're making a haunted mansion movie, and that's kind of the biggest scene where they actually implement the haunted mansion into it, when they're finally taking on the Hatbox Ghost, which I love because those ghost designs on that ride are great.
Yes.
And to not want to use them as much as you possibly can is bewildering to me.
I do want to
Kendall?
pose a question.
Yeah.
Just popped in my head. How do you guys feel about missing out on Del Toro making this? Because that was the original.
That was my
director.
next point. Exactly the
God.
next thing I was going to say.
Go for it.
It kills me. Very much kills me. For anyone that doesn't know, he was dropped from it because his version was too scary. I think that's just what this movie needed, because he did Hellboy, and Hellboy was PG-13. He could have reeled it in. This is the man that did Crimson Peak, and you think he wouldn't have been perfect for Haunted Mansion?
Oh my god, yeah, I know.
Like knowing that, just like how robbed we are, like I feel sick.
Oh, it would have been one of Disney's best live action movies. I would
would've
have
been
guaranteed that.
Glorious.
Of all the words of mice and men, the saddest are it might have been.
Imagine Guillermo del Toro's Hatbox Ghost, please. Come on.
Oh yeah. Dreaded says, I don't want to watch Haunted Mansion TBH, but I saw in the cast that Ryan Gosling is in it. Is that beautiful in it?
He's not.
He's not in the movie.
Owen Wilson is.
And in fact, I just Googled it to make sure I didn't just miss him. He's just not in the movie.
He is simply not in the movie.
He's just not in it.
Zara Dawson's in it. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, we
Oh, I
got
love her. I love
She's
her so
beautiful.
much.
we got Darius, we got Night Nurse, we got Mobius, we got
Phil.
There's a lot of S's.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
And Penguin. That's what I was thinking of. We got the Penguin.
That is right.
Owen Wilson isn't enough. I need more of Ken.
We need Kennergy in our
Wilson
Haunted Mansion movies.
Is always
Oh my
enough.
god. I think I would have loved it more.
He does have great comedic timing, honestly. Like, if you guys haven't seen The Nice Guys yet, Ryan Gosling's
Yes.
hilarious.
Such a great movie.
I watched a couple movies here and there, but ever since Barbie, I was like, I just want to watch his entire like filmography, like so bad.
He has
I
such a
love him
funny
so much.
shriek. Russell Crowe bullies him. He's just screaming the entire time.
The fact that they cut his shriek from Barbie is bewildering to me.
Oh, they don't want me to be happy.
Yeah, they don't want us to be happy. I hate that so much.
I think it was nice to see Winona Ryder in Haunted Mansion. That was nice because I've been missing Stranger Things.
Absolutely.
Basically, as soon as summer rolled around, I started thinking about Stranger Things because that's what I think about now. Because season 1, 3, and 4 all came out during the summer, and it's just that it just feels like Stranger Things season.
Oh, it's Stranger Things season, all right.
They were supposed to be in production. They were supposed to be in production this summer.
We support the strikes here at Last Scare.
We passively support the strikes.
Unlike some people. Unlike some people.
We're not going to give any of those people the time of day.
Oh, I thought you were jabbing at Blake. I was like, "Ooh, Blake, you have a hot take?"
Oh,
no.
No, just one of my most I don't want to say hated, but kind of. I just don't like him. And
Stephen Amell.
Ooh.
Always did not like him, and like when it happened, I was like, I'm not surprised. I don't know why you guys are. He's trash. But now he's like all in trouble, and then I was trying to backtrack, and I'm just like,
Stephen
and
Amell,
Zachary
the
Levi
actor
Oh,
plays Arrow.
yeah.
What did he say?
and Zachary Levi just said something too, and I'm like, oh my god.
Really?
I'm not
he
surprised
doesn't
Zachary
support
Levi
this.
said anything.
He said he doesn't support the strike because he finds it frustrating and reductive and a lot of stuff. And he wishes his public-made comments stayed private.
At a con,
even though he
mind you.
said it at a convention. So, yeah, he's goofy.
Bruddy.
And he was also
Ready.
like, what's it called? Scabbing, right?
Yes, he was scabbing.
Yeah.
What a scab.
Sorry.
Scab.
Scab.
Scabbing's when you're promoting your projects.
During the
It's
During
when
the
you
strike.
cross the picket line.
I didn't say what is scab. I said what a scab.
Oh.
But for
Sorry.
those who don't know, now you know.
For those at home that don't know,
Yeah.
Blake, tell us for the folks at home.
jeez, we're all at home.
Yeah, they like
Is that
caught
a
it on
Norm Macdonald bit?
threads. He was like posting about like pictures of him like promoting it and everything. So stupid.
But is there any ghosts left in our haunted house of thoughts on this movie?
Oh yeah, what was that bit where Winona she has this cane and she said she uses it for deeply personal reasons.
Oh my god.
What was that?
I don't know. That was weird.
I was like,
It was really weird.
Excuse me. You go off, Queen.
I'm trying to be edgy.
it's real lonely without Lottie. That's her husband's name in Stranger Things, Lottie, right?
Work.
Is it?
Lottie
doesn't
I feel like
sound
Lottie's
right.
a lady's name.
Lottie doesn't sound right.
I'm gonna do a quick
Who is
Google.
Lottie?
Is it in Stranger Things? Isn't it Joyce?
Joyce's husband. I might have said wife.
Well,
I don't like
What is Joyce's husband?
network.
Lonnie, not
Lonnie.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
you're close.
I'm
Joyce's
silly.
You're
husband.
really close.
Okay.
Yeah, Will's
From-
dad.
Oh.
Will! Will, where's my son?
Well, yeah, she was like in the first season. She was like talking shit. With, honestly, the only time you hear about the husband is in the first season when Will's missing, and then after that, it's nothing.
He dips out.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, character reveals at the end. I was not surprised at all to find out that Owen Wilson was not a real priest. I was like, that checks out. He has not been acting like a priest whatsoever.
not at all.
Even in the trailer, I was like, I don't see that, but okay.
No, he's...
Wedding Crashers energy.
Oh my god, literally. I
Wow.
love him. What a gem Owen Wilson is.
And then Danny DeVito has like a slight heel turn at one point, and I was also not surprised by that. I was like, I didn't trust him.
He's a trash man.
He's a trash man.
I love trash.
I was, I don't know if I was surprised, but this movie overall turned out to kind of be about grief and loss once again, and it just seems like we can't... I feel like that's like the norm now. Like that's what horror is now. Is main character has to have someone that died.
I think it has to be
Well.
at this point.
Yeah.
Well, this motivation worked for me a lot better in terms of
Then some ghost trying to marry Eddie Murphy's wife.
We're not gonna go there.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was really weird. Actually, no, pause. We're going back for a second. I want to make
We're
a
going
point
there,
real quick.
okay.
She was
was
into
a
him
joke
for the first look. She was googly eyeing him. Like, she was down.
She was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, she didn't care.
No, the funniest thing, like when we were watching the second one, when they started saying William Gracie, I was like, oh no! I was like, not again. I was like, oh god, where's the woman he's gonna try to marry now? And then thank God it was not about him, and I was like, okay, we're safe, because I thought it was gonna be a repeat again. I was like, oh god, it didn't work the first time. Please don't do it again.
No.
And then you found out that it was Crump instead, so I was like, okay, that's better.
I thought you said Crumb, and I just thought of Star Wars. The little guy.
Thanks for dropping in,
That doesn't know
Dreaded.
who
We'll
I'm
see you
talking about.
later.
Thinks I'm insane.
Hi, Dreaded.
Bye, Dreaded.
We'll see you next time, homie.
But yeah, it was that was rough. So I was glad they didn't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
They added more to it, like that.
Yeah. I'll take it back to Lakeith. I think his performance was really strong. He did have good motivations. He was like kind of cynical and antisocial, which early on I identified with him. Also, at the beginning, the first shot with him in it, he looks stoned, and I'm like, oh my god, is this Darius? Are we getting Darius? And then he kind of leveled out, but he just looked, he had like red eyes at the beginning of the movie.
Then he finds a girl.
Oh my.
And then she dies because he can't be happy. No, we have to kill her. We have to kill
That's
his
so
love.
dark.
And she leaves him a cat, which I'm thinking if they do a sequel, they need to go John Wick with it.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh my gosh, Pet Cemetery.
We're not killing the cat, Cam.
The cat's name is Tater Tot,
don't-
but they should have named it Church.
No, that was actually so cute, though. I'm sorry. I don't care if that was corny. That was actually adorable.
That was cute.
Jayla
That got
cried.
me a little
I
bit.
didn't cry. I went, aw.
No, I teared up a little bit, not gonna lie.
I didn't cry.
I cried. I did. I'll admit it.
So this movie is not doing well financially. I think Disney was straight up stupid to release this in July amid the
Yeah, they should have done it in
Barbenheimer.
October. I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, mid-July. It's kind of dumb.
It's just a very obviously bad decision. It's going to lose them a lot of money off of that $150 million budget,
Woo!
which does not include marketing.
Woo!
Oy.
Not doing well at all. But I'm guessing that is why they fired the director, Justin Simeon, from the Lando series.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
This guy was
Oh,
gonna
no.
direct
I'm
the
so
Lando
sad
series.
that
and
they
now-
had to replace him on Lando.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
terrible
so
news that they're
really
replacing
bummed
him
out
with
about
it.
Donald Glover and Stephen Glover. Oh no, those guys
Crowd
haven't
goes
done.
wild. Ah!
They haven't done any good work.
They just don't have any talent when it comes to writing. I do feel bad he lost his job. Don't get me wrong. That sucks.
Like, it's
You know,
definitely a
guys-
shitty way to
But-
find... Like, it was definitely a shitty way to find out, but...
Oh, how do you find out?
On
That post.
On Instagram, on the post.
they
That's
how
posted.
they
They,
tell him.
announced it without telling him.
That's so shitty.
They announced it on the internet, and he like retweeted it
That's
saying,
why I was
"This
like,
is
let's
me
not
finding
disparage
out."
the poor guy too much right now, because they
I-
didn't even tell him he was.
Oh, I'm not disparaging him at all. It's just that the movie's not doing well because of Disney's bad marketing decisions, and they are
Oh,
blaming
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Go.
No, like...
I
if
think he's
this
an
was-
alright director.
It looked great visually. We were just making jokes because we're big Donald Glover fans.
I don't think his directing was this movie's downfall at all.
No. His directing
Yeah.
is what this movie was good at, if anything.
Yeah, it really was.
Like I said, it
actually.
had great scenes, had great transitions. It looked good. The design of the characters and the ghost was great. It's just like legitimately.
I think it was suffering from the script.
Yeah.
I think it could have used a stronger script because it just didn't make me laugh very much.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And again, I do think that if this was released on Halloween, it would have been perfect because every Halloween we get like an R-rated horror movie, but we don't really get a horror movie to take the whole family out to. I think this would have been that's just what it was screaming at me the entire time. It kind of made me nostalgic in a way.
At the very least, its opening weekend would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after the first weekend, it's just word of mouth.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, it made me nostalgic in a way of thinking about when I was younger and like something I would like to see with my family.
Yeah.
So, you know. But anyways,
There's that.
overall, if you have kids and you want to introduce them to horror, take them to Haunted Mansion or make them watch it on Disney Plus this
When it drops.
spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
We have a whole other movie to get into, unless you guys have anything else to say about Haunted Mansion.
Absolutely not.
Good. Great.
No, I think we're good.
Well, let's talk to each other about Talk to Me. Non-spoilers first, of course. You want to kick us off, Cam?
Talk to me. More grief and trauma from A24.
We have 2 rounds of grief and trauma.
Ooh, what did I call it, Sabrina? I called it Australian Hereditary.
Yes.
You did.
Well, no.
At first it was, and then like how it ended, we're like, never mind.
It's like an Australian... Hang on. Someone else is smarter than me talk, well, I think.
I think it was...
None of us, Jayla.
I think it was a bit fresh. I think it was
Yeah.
fresher than ripping off other movies.
Absolutely.
Fuck, I have to say something? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to kick it off to someone else.
Okay, I'll say something. I'll kick it off to Sabrina. I would say that I like how the concept works because, you know, we have all these, like, possession movies, haunted item movies, haunted board game movies, but this one felt like a bit different, you know? The way they handled it in the story felt a bit different, and I really respect it from that angle.
That triggered what I need to say.
Good. Go ahead.
That is what made this movie work for me. As far as possession horror goes, it's not always my thing. Ghosts and demons, not always my thing, because I don't believe in them, so they don't get to me, they don't scare me. However, what makes something like this work for me is that it becomes tangible. It's when a person is possessed or what have you, that it becomes a physical thing with their body where they are attacking themselves, attacking others. You get some violence, some gore. Makes it real for me is what I'm saying. That's what was good about this movie for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Sabrina, take it away. Give us your non-spoiler thoughts so we can like really dive into this because I have some things to say that I can't say now.
Overall impression.
I didn't like it.
Oh.
Did not like it. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out what was going on besides like the whole possession thing. It's just like I didn't know what the point of certain things was, and I was like, who's this? What happened here? And like even the ending kind of confused me, so I spent more time confused than enjoying it. And I do like possession movies and stuff like that, but just like that, I just spent the whole time, I was like, these kids are just stupid. And I don't know, like I liked certain things, but overall I just didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. Like it definitely reminded me, like at first, a little bit of Hereditary, but definitely was like also its own thing, which was cool. But I don't know, it was like dark in some aspects, and like I don't know, that was a little too much too. I was just like, ooh, okay. I'm trying to think of like what else I can say. Oh, are we talking spoilers for this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No. Okay, so then I'll just wait. If we are, I don't know if are we talking spoilers at all?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, then I'll wait to say more.
Blake, overall impression.
Overall, I liked it.
Okay.
I don't know what scene it was, but at a certain point in this movie, it lost itself. And it really hurt because up until that point, I loved that concept and I think it was brilliant. But at a certain point, I mean, like, when a movie sets up rules, you yourself are kind of like, okay, I get how this works. That's how they're giving it to me. And I feel like the movie kind of forgets the rules that it made up. And I think when certain things start happening that kind of contradicts the rules that they set in place is when it started to lose me. And I have a lot of specifics to say, so I will wait for spoilers on that. But overall, I liked it. I just think it kind of lost its identity at a certain point, and that plummeted it a lot for me. But still, overall, it was a very well made movie.
I know what you're saying. I think it it kind of became a drama about halfway through and stopped being a scary movie.
Yeah,
It
that
just
wasn't a good call.
it got very much into just like sad hospital stuff, you know.
Yeah, because they were doing both really well up until that point, and then they just kind of really leaned into like, no, this is like a
Story about grief, then just a possession.
yeah. It's like, okay, interesting. I
And
didn't
like,
like that.
it's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, again, it just kind of lost its good concept. Again,
Yeah.
I just feel like they just lost their footing.
They definitely
It's like they had
did.
to,
And it
and
hurt.
then you're like, oh, and then like they're like, oh, we're not, and they're like, okay, we're doing this, and you're like, oh, it's not what
It
I
hurts
thought.
even more when it's such a fresh and pretty unique idea, and then they just kind of fumble it.
Yeah, like it was. Again, too, I liked it too in the beginning, and I was just like, I don't know. I started getting too confused because I didn't know where they were going with it.
Once we get into spoilers, I'll try to think more about what scene exactly that it lost itself. Off the top of my head, I kind of have an idea, but I know it was a little before that where I started to tune out.
I think I know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, you're back.
Sorry.
Well, there's our
You're good.
overall
Non-spoiler.
moving to
review.
spoilers.
There's our non-spoiler talk. Let's get into spoilers.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Jumping into spoilers.
Quick tidbit from someone who deeply hates eye things in horror movies. I hate when they mess with eyes in horror movies, and this had
This
a
one was
scene
bad.
that was
Ooh.
horrific. I
Like
was
twice.
Yeah.
deeply
Like 2 big
uncomfortable.
times.
I know there was one shot in particular where you were probably like, "Oh no!"
It was too much for me.
Tell us what happened.
Well,
We're in spoilers. You didn't say what happened.
Riley, poor Riley, this kid who should not even be in the room for this, was highly encouraged. Was allowed to do the little possession ritual, and he ended up staying involved too long because what's thought to be Mia's mom is possessing him, which I don't believe. So he stays over the allotted 90 seconds and then just starts like bashing his head in, and he just takes his fingers and he's just trying to pull out his eyeball with his own hand, and I don't like it. It makes me queasy and uncomfortable
Yeah,
to
that entire
describe it.
scene literally made me so queasy. I was like, oh my god.
The effects were very well done for that.
I
scene.
will say they could
Freaky.
have really taken this into like a thing. Like a thing about like drugs and drug addiction instead of doing grief and trauma. They were so close.
That's what Blake was saying. Like for most of the time, he's like, this is definitely a metaphor for like drugs and
Yeah,
know.
it totally
Yeah.
was, because she was saying that it makes her feel like warm and like warm all over.
Yeah, like,
and,
'cause they got, like,
Because
a
Sabrina
high.
was like, "Why would they want to keep doing that?" And I'm like, "They must feel a high.
yeah.
Yeah.
They become unpossessed, and it gets addictive." And I'm like, "That's clever. I liked how they did that." And
Yeah.
I'll wait for my turn, but I'll explain where they lost me when it
Do
came to that
you
idea.
want your turn now, Blake?
I'll just go next because I think Sabrina would have a lot to add on top of that, but I think it's when Riley is in the hospital, and the focus shifts solely towards what's the main character's name?
Mia.
Mia, and the focus is on her. Is when I feel the movie loses itself, and it loses that drug addiction symbolism and metaphor, which was its strongest suit, because it was I don't think it was overly complicated. It was very clever in how
Yeah, it was a cool metaphor. I like when movies do that in like horror movies, as we saw with that other one. But then
Yeah,
when
and it
they
was
made it more about grief, I'm like, you don't need to do that.
yeah. We have a lot of movies like that, and of course we have a lot of horror movies and just movies in general about drug use. But to be done in such a clever way like this movie did, I liked it. So
Sorry,
and they
like I couldn't
shifted.
hear you for a moment. What were you saying? What was the scene that lost you? I heard why it lost you, but what was the
The
scene that lost
scene
you?
that lost me was when Riley was put in the hospital, and the
Okay.
movie shifts its focus solely to Mia. It kind of starts to dwindle, but then of course you get that scene in the bedroom, which I think was really haunting with the ghost crawling on the floor.
Yeah,
Point,
absolutely.
it's just what I meant by the movie ignoring its rules is like the scene with Mia and her dad. Like it cuts to the dad discovering the hand. So I was like, okay, he used the hand and got possessed somehow, and he comes into the room all possessed, choking her. And then it cuts to him breaking the door down, and she's choking
Oh my
herself. So
god,
I
I
was
didn't
like,
even put two and two together. Like, see, that's
yeah,
what I
I
mean.
was like, how
Like,
did
Well,
that
they were
that's
happen?
where it started
saying
to lose me, and that's why I started to get so confused about where they were going with it because I was what is happening?
Are we wrong, Jayla? Do you know?
I don't want to be that person. They were saying that the spirits can imitate someone else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So him
but she
being
didn't
all
use the hand.
gross. He didn't use the hand. He just discovered it, and then he heard Mia screaming and ran upstairs. The ghost
Okay.
tricked her because like it.
Yeah, I
Like,
know the ghost. So she doesn't have to use the hand for the ghost to screw with her.
No, not her because
Okay.
she stayed for more than 90
She
seconds.
stayed too long. Okay. Yeah, the way that scene was edited really threw me out. I was like,
For
what
sure.
exactly is attacking her? So
Yeah, there was a ghost that was imitating her dad, but that went away just in the perfect timing for her dad to take its place and for her to
right, I
stab her
got
dad.
that much. Okay.
Like I'm pretty sure that wasn't her mom. I'm pretty sure that was
No,
ghost, yeah.
that was
Spirit.
never
Same
the mom.
thing.
Even when it was possessing Riley, I'm like, that's not the mom. That's just how they can have Mia
Her
keep them in
trusted.
longer. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, there's this question of whether, since the spirits like enter them or whatever, there's a question of whether the spirits are remembering your own memories and thoughts, or whether they're actually like the person you're missing, like reaching out, trying to talk. Like she's trying to remember. She's trying to figure out if it's her mom trying to talk to her, or if it's just that the spirits have already been in her head and they already know what she needs to hear. Like with the mother calling her me instead of Mia.
Yeah, and same with saying the dad lied and that she didn't take her own life, like contradicting the note that the dad gave her. I also thought there was more they could have done with the friend and what was the boy's name that she liked?
Riley, or you mean
Daniel.
Daniel?
Daniel, I think.
Daniel,
was
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
like
don't
of
even get me
course you
started
got
on those two.
you got that scene with her sucking on his toes, but I still think there was a lot more drama you could have gotten out of that storyline because they bring it up with
No.
the friend, and she's just kind of like, "Oh, don't touch me" and stuff. Like that's kind of where it ends. I think there could have been more conflict.
Nah, I
between
don't think I
them.
wanted to see that.
See what?
Just that drama, like, go forward. Like I didn't need that. So I'm kind of glad I
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
It was weird that it came and went like so quickly.
Yes, but I think it would just annoyed me if it kept like going with that drama. I would be like,
Yeah, they're stupid decisions, and her friend had every right to be upset with both of them.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. Like I'm here for a horror movie about possession. I don't need to see boyfriend drama.
I think that like when it's done right, I personally think that drama can build tension in the sense of you have nowhere to go, your support system's gone, you're isolated, and and if you don't have anyone and you're completely alone, you're left vulnerable. When it's done right, at least.
Yeah, when it's done right, and I feel like it's done too often. Like
Yeah.
Smile, we
Yeah.
saw that happen already, and I'm like, I'm already over that trope where our main character is just, gaslit into thinking
Yeah.
that they are insane because it makes us insane because we know they're not crazy. So it is a pretty tired out trope. So I guess I'm glad they didn't do that.
When it's done right, this is gonna be so cheesy. It makes me feel unfriended. where it's kind of like the ghost is manipulating them against each other, not that no one believes them. Because I felt really frustrated in this movie with everyone surrounding Mia, completely putting her down constantly.
Yeah.
Like that was after a while it got really frustrating because like you guys know that something is wrong here. You guys know that Mia isn't going to stick a whole foot in someone's mouth normally. You guys been seeing ghosts and stuff. And I just kind of felt a bit frustrated about it. But like, you know.
Yeah,
act like she's
instead of
crazy.
that, she was just like, "Oh, she's dangerous," and I was just like, and even the
Well,
mom
I mean-
like, blamed her.
So, and at this point, there's already the like viral TikTok challenge of this whole talk to me thing going around. I'm assuming that bit at the beginning is not like a flash forward. I'm assuming that actually takes place in the first place. I think
I think it's like a
Opening
past.
scene?
the opening scene.
Because they go see the brother from that scene.
Yeah, they
They
go
see
see
him.
him after.
They
the
go
fact.
see him after that's happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, also, we already passed the news part. They shot a prequel to this movie already.
Yeah, I was gonna say
about
that.
opening scene. Yeah,
They already shot it. They did an X.
they pulled a Pearl. Yeah,
Yeah. They said it takes place all on phone screens and computers and
Yes.
stuff. So I guess it's gonna be like missing or
Ooh.
searching. I don't know.
Oh,
They both
yeah.
do.
Huh.
Yeah. Or Unfriended. Unfriended's another one. Which
Ooh,
I liked
Unfriended's
Unfriended
so
because it was all on
underrated.
Skype. It wasn't like going through different ones. It's all on Skype.
I
Not
think,
dark
I
web
think we
though.
need more movies like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Unfriended and Host, so good.
Oh, I never watched Host. I know it's really short though.
It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like Unfriended, but
Very well done.
its own like little twist, and it's so cool.
Um,
I got.
I will say,
Yeah.
oh, this did make like it made a good bit on its opening weekend. I had it written down in the Google Doc, but I forgot to write it down again.
I saw on Wikipedia before the thing. It said $12 million
on a six
on a
five.
$4 million budget, 4.5 maybe.
Yeah, 4.5.
That's all right. That's pretty good.
For
I mean, I don't know
a
what
low
the-
budget foreign horror movie.
Yes, but you have to take into account the marketing budget, which is not included in that.
I
So,
understand
like,
that.
It's A24. I don't know what their deal is, but like they don't put their movies on movie screens, and then they don't make any money. Like Beau is Afraid. That was a $35 million movie. It made $8 million. Like why? I don't know why. I don't know if it's the distributors or the movie theaters, and it's the same thing with like Wes Anderson movies. I don't know who's pretending like these aren't popular movies that people will go see. I don't know why they're acting like this is the most underground independent thing in the world.
It could be maybe because there's
Yeah.
like bigger stuff coming out around the same time, maybe.
Yeah, but like our theater only has 10 screens, and now that's the only theater in our town. We got Talk to Me. We get like every other A24 movie that comes out. We don't get every one. In fact, when Beau is Afraid came out, it was only
Same with
playing
me.
at one
Yeah, I think
showtime
that's like a
on
lot
one
of
day.
local theaters.
I
Yeah.
can't say
I'd go out of
that
my way
I'm
for the
happy I
Lighthouse.
saw that.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'd say like AMC and like Regal theaters are like pretty much get more than regular like
yeah, all we have
lower
is the
budget
AMC.
theaters.
Not even
Yeah.
Regal. Like I think we barely got Talk to Me. And Cobweb, another one that's getting good review. We didn't even
We
get
haven't
it
gotten
at all.
Cobweb.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
wanna
my
get
MC theater is the one that gets everything
Yeah.
like the most, which is cool.
I think the scariest thing in this movie,
Oh no.
from my younger self. Oh, I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. The Crazy Frog ringtone.
Oh my god, get out.
Oh my
At the
god!
beginning
He's
of the
like, I
movie.
want to change that, and I was like, no, stop.
I was like, I want that.
I made
When
a
I
joke
was a
about
kid,
that.
Crazy Frog scared me so fucking
You
bad.
has a wiener. It's
That's
just out in public.
not something I need to hear. That
They
shit's
actually
scary.
animated it.
It's like Weasel all over again. Ew, I hate
I was-
that.
It really
Oh,
is.
get out of my head. I always screw with her, and I'm like, you know that shot in the Suicide Squad where Weasel's just got his dick swinging around, like not a care in the world. And
Literally,
she's like, I need to hear about
until he
that.
said that, I was like, oh, cool. Like, I know he liked him, but now I can't watch that scene the same because now I just think about his dick, and I'm like, oh, like,
I was
I
like,
hate
check
him
out the
so much for
Weasel
telling me
stride.
that. I'm like, why? Why do you get to tell me that?
He's
Tell
just
me
living
to
his
see that.
best life. Porto Maltese.
Such a freak, man. He always likes freak characters. I don't know why.
In my
do love
notes, I have Crazy Frog ringtone ? Sad face.
Yeah, Sean Gunn has always been playing freak characters. I don't know if anyone's if there's any Gilmore Girls fans in the chat, but anybody?
I haven't
Anybody?
watched it, but
Hey,
I
he's
know he's good
not.
in that show.
Oh no, he's pretty weird.
He's
small
he's
town
the
weird.
weirdest. He's the weirdest character in the show.
He's a small town
Throughout the whole
weird,
thing.
Yeah.
I
I
will
think
tell you that
the most non-weird character he's played was Rocket. And that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
If we tilt him down, I'm gonna look.
What else? A guy made out with a dog in this movie.
I was so scared that he was going to kill that dog. I did
wasn't
not like
scared.
that the dog was in that room.
I didn't like the kangaroo bit at the beginning.
Oh my god, that made me so
That
sad.
was really
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was
uncomfortable.
crying, man.
That was
I did shit
unnecessary,
like that.
wasn't it? Like, I know they tied it back around at the end of the movie, but like, did they have to?
Yeah, my first note I have in my notebook, because we bring notebooks into the theater, is that kangaroo is coming back in some capacity. I thought
That's
it was
what
going to
I
come
said
back.
too.
I thought it was going to come back in a bigger way, but I mean, it was there.
The only
step
time, and
setup.
that roadkill trope happens so much. It happened in The Invitation, another extremely underrated thriller with Logan Marshall Green that I love.
Oh, I
it
have to
happened
show
in
you
Get
that.
Out.
Not
The Invitation.
the invitation I
2015.
want to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have not watched that one. I've only seen
We
Invitation
have to
2022.
watch. It's short. It's short.
It is short and it's great. It's really good.
Get Out did it, didn't they?
Yeah, I said Get Out second. Yeah, Get Out did it, and unfortunately they cut the amazing scene where the deer skeleton goes to see Chris, but
I don't need to
whatever,
see that.
Jordan.
Well,
It
they
was a
bring
great scene.
in Get Out. They actually make a big. They use the deer as a motif a lot
Yeah.
throughout the movie. So
Yeah, the deer
it
was
works
really
there.
well
I'm not
done,
complaining.
and Peel voiced the deer. So fun fact.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah,
That is a fun fact.
I forgot. I remember the behind the scenes thing of him making the little
Yeah, where
noises.
he's like,
I'm gonna have to watch this movie again. Talk to me, because there had a bad theater experience. A couple of people teenagers were irritating me and like making noise and shit, which I get very easily distracted, and I try so hard to immerse in the movie. Anyway, I'm not gonna complain about all that again. I'm just saying I'm gonna have to watch this again to get all the details, all the little bits.
it's
There are a lot of
unfortunate that
tiny
we-
bits in this movie.
There are, and I want to rewatch it. We've all
I
had
want to rewatch
bad,
it too, even though like the last thing I wrote in my notes is like, Jesus, this movie's a bummer.
Like, do we ever figure out
Yeah.
any lore about the hand? Because they just say it's an embalmed hand, supposedly. There's a real hand inside, and it belongs to a medium or a Satanist. Did we ever get any clarity on that?
No.
No, and I think they did that on purpose, so they could do
Agreed.
another one if they wanted to.
I know they
Maybe the prequel.
maybe the
maybe the
prequel.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I feel like teenagers would do like one Google search. They couldn't find anything there at one Google search. Like they'd give up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like.
I mean,
the
what's
mystery
worse
to it.
is like, what was the title was like, I forget the guy's name, but it was like his party that had happened in the beginning, and he still kept doing it after.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
stab in the opening. That was
Oy.
owie. that was
That was
owie.
his part. That was like that guy's
That was
party
owie.
again, and instead of like being like, oh, maybe we should not do that, still does it again.
Yeah.
That's what I think the drug addiction aspect comes in, because like
I was gonna say they would do it again.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mia
Realistically.
says specifically it's like, you know, her whole body felt warm, like she was lifting towards a light or something like that. Like she talks about it like a drug. So I kind of wish they like leaned
And
into
it's-
that.
It's funny because it looks like such a painful or bad experience on the outside, but on the inside they feel great, which is also kind of like drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very clever. I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, they're all like kind of like high and being recorded, and like they're all laughing and look crazy, but on the inside, I guess, like, I don't know, like you said.
It looks painful as hell.
Yeah, it was
Like
scary.
they're
It
getting
looked
choked from the
terrifying.
inside out. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy said Sophie Wilde is a legit great lead in the movie. Right up there with Lily Sullivan, agreed. And Lauren Lavera, agreed. As great horror leads in recent years.
Absolutely.
And then he says Kangaroo Jack.
Oh no.
This is not my Kangaroo Jack.
I'm gonna not
No. Poor
But
thing.
yeah, that's how I felt talking about Talk to Me. Do you guys have any final words? And give me your prediction for the prequel.
Final words. I like Talk to Me. I think it lost itself at one point, which brings it down a few notches, but overall, almost 2 thumbs up.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
In
Sabrina.
the prequel,
I don't really have anything else to say. I think
you're
it
just like,
just
I'm over
lost
this
me.
movie.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Sorry. Wait, did you say your prequel? I totally cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited for it. I think it's, for some reason, I feel like it's going to be short. Like, I'm not expecting a full-fledged feature-length movie for some reason. Just the director's words kind of gave me the impression like it'll be a little kind of a bonus for some reason.
Yeah, I
don't
feel
know.
like it could be like the same length as like a host, kind of.
Yeah, like an hour, like 55 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I don't really have expectations. I trust him or them after Talk to Me. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be just like a montage of like more possession experiences. Hopefully, though, I would like to see some lore behind the hand. I mean, not to say that they have to spoil the mystery. Like, I can take it if it's just mystery. If that's what it is, I'm fine with that. It's just I don't know if I missed something in the movie.
Yeah.
Because
See, I don't even expect that. I think it's solely going to be on that kid in the opening and why he stabbed his brother and then himself. I think we'll be confined to that party the entire time.
Yeah.
Maybe from his point of view.
Exactly.
Sabrina. Final thoughts and your prediction, if you have any, for the prequel.
I just think that they lost me like pretty early, and I was just I don't know. I think I don't have a good time if I'm confused most of the movie, and like I tried to like understand where they were going, but just because of when they started doing something else, then like how we were saying the whole drug thing and possession, like that was good, and then like they just started doing different stuff, and I was like, where is this going? And I don't know. I think I just kind of shut off, and I just enjoyed it for what it was. But I'd say prediction. I don't know. I really hope that they give like some indication where that hand thing came from. That's like my biggest thing. I want to know more about it. Like why people are so addicted. Like we're so into the trend. Like how the trend became a thing.
It reminds me of and I kept trying to get myself to remember what it was called, but the cube in Hellraiser is what it reminded me of.
Yes.
Oh.
The Lament configuration puzzle box.
Yeah, absolutely.
It gave me Hellraiser vibes.
Ooh.
In a good way.
Except for it wasn't, they weren't visited by like little
Cenobites? Yeah.
Yeah, Cenobites.
That sounds way more delicious than it is in the movie. But
yeah, right? And then they're just like there's one teeth chattering guy and I'm like, ugh. Ew.
Try some Cenobites.
I like that one guy. The one guy that like what's his name?
The Chatterer.
The Chatterer. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Well, have you guys seen anything else recently? Any other horror stuff?
Did we watch anything horror when we were on vacation?
We've been but we did watch the Amazing Spider-Man, not the Amazing Spider-Man, the much better Spider-Man trilogy by the horror goat Sam Raimi. You did watch that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to rewatch Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I thought you were going to say I wanted to rewatch Raimi's Spider-Man, and I was about to be like elevated with excitement.
Jayla was like, gonna go put it on right now.
You want to watch the Raimi Spider-Man movies?
We can rewatch those. I like those movies, and I haven't watched them in about 2 years, so I'll watch those again. I'll watch those every 2 years.
I like how you said multiverse. I like how you said that.
What did I say?
Multiverse.
Did I say multiverse?
You did say multiverse.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, it was fine. I'm not making fun of it. It was just cool. I was like,
so multi or multiverse?
He's very
multiverse. It's multiverse.
What did you just get on me about the other night?
I-
Crayon. That's what I said. Crayon.
He gets on to me about aesthetic.
Because it's it's aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
It's a
Aesthetic, yeah.
No.
Wait,
Aesthetic.
say how you said crayon again.
Crayon.
Crayon.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Just
time
don't
he
say
said it, he
crown.
was like, no.
Yeah, no.
He was saying crayon, and I was like, what?
Crayon. It's a crayon.
Yeah.
I
Instead
hate
of
the word,
crayon,
but
he was like crayon, and I was like, what are you saying?
Klingon.
Like, why do you
Crayon.
sound like you're having a French accent when you're saying crayon?
normal crayon.
A crayon. That's how you
No,
said
no.
it, and I was like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, I can't do this. It's gonna be like bowl, like one of those weird words that you just keep saying over and over. Bowl.
I mean, you do this to me, so
Bull.
it's about time.
that is
Bull.
that is true. Before I lose my mind, in the chat, Eddie Murphy asked if we're looking forward to Voyage of the Demeter.
That's a
Last word
great
is
question, Eddie.
You're looking forward to it.
I
I'm
cannot
looking
wait
forward
for
to
it.
it.
I'm
Has there been a
not
trailer yet?
thrilled.
I'm looking forward to it because
Yeah.
I haven't seen a vampire movie in so long. I don't care at this
couple.
point. I'm just kind of like, yeah. I did see Renfield. That doesn't count. I haven't seen a scary vampire movie in so long.
It is my favorite chunk of the Dracula story. So I mean, I was there when they announced it. I've been looking forward to this movie for years now. And after seeing the trailer, it looks like they're going to stick the landing.
I'm gonna get super judged for this. That's not what I thought this movie was about at all.
I thought it was about a boat.
Wait. What do you?
I mean,
Wait, Sabrina, expand on that for us, please.
Thought it was a Greek like mythology movie, and I got
Because of
excited.
Demeter.
Yeah, because
Aw.
Demeter. So I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like finally, because I love mythology. So I was like, ooh, and then like, it's like no. it's
And
about
then she
Dracula.
saw
I'm
the
like,
trailer, and it was like,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like,
Yeah.
that's like one of the most misleading titles ever.
Lost
Damn it.
Boys double feature episode. Anyone? Lost Boys? Yes.
I'll watch
ooh,
Lost Boys.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen Lost Boys since I was
But
young.
it gave me like Jason and the Argonauts type vibes. So I was like, oh, maybe they're doing something like that. And like he was like, no, it's about Dracula. And I was like, are you kidding me?
I was like,
Huh.
it's simply the name of their ship.
Well, I have a joke for you.
Named after a god.
An ancient Greek poet walks into a tailor's shop, and the tailor says, Euripides? And the poet says, Eumenides?
Oh no.
Okay, so there was definitely a way
Silly.
better way to deliver that joke. That's a stellar joke. I did not come up with it.
I loved it.
I will stand by that joke. It's a good joke. I just probably botched it. It probably could have been done
No,
better.
it's still great. I love that.
Great. You did great.
Yeah, it's
You
great. I love
nailed
that.
it.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Next week we have the Meg 2 Trench. And then
Wait, Cam, you're gonna be gone next week.
yeah, so you guys are on your own for Meg 2 Meg Trench. I'm not seeing that.
He's just signing us up for it. He's like,
Can we?
Why are we getting punished?
I'm just kidding. You do whatever you want next week.
Can we
I'm gonna
talk
be in
about, like,
Alaska.
how was that 0 Rotten Tomatoes this morning? That was so funny.
we're
Out
not
of-
doing it. We're
Out
not
of 7
doing
reviews,
it.
there,
Look.
there could be more reviews. That
We're
come
not
in.
doing it.
No,
we
it's
can
at, like,
pick something
20%
else.
now.
First one.
It's pretty bad.
I liked it.
I have not seen the first one. I will. I'm gonna watch both of them. It just might not be podcast material.
Yeah, we don't really need to do a stream on it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, kind of scared the shit. Honestly, Jaws used to scare the shit out of me, but this scared the shit. The first one
the
scared the
Meg
shit out
is
of me
not
more.
scary. It's like Sharknado.
No, it's not, because those things actually existed, and I still believe they exist. And I didn't know about, like, it's so big, it's so scary. I don't
Whenever
care if it's
someone
not
says
real,
that,
it's
like,
silly, it's scary.
About a Meg, I'm like, are you ever going to be in a position where a Meg will be a threat to you?
I don't care. I'm not taking it.
No.
That's why I'm scared of the ocean, man. You know how, like, the scientists are always saying, like, we haven't, like, discovered, like, all of the ocean? Honestly, if they said, hey, we found Megs existing, I'd be like, you know what, you're not surprised, and everyone call me crazy. And that's why I hate the ocean.
You know your odds of getting killed by a Meg?
0?
Just don't want
Yeah.
to get it.
'Cause they're
I hate
gone?
sharks so much, man. I hate them so bad.
I mean, they're sharks, but sharks are cool. Just don't mess with one.
They scare me
Yeah,
so. Like,
sharks
I
will
have
go
3
after you.
fears in my life, and they are like one of my 3. They're so scary. Like, I can handle a lot of
Speaking
things. I
of,
just never want to get bit by a shark and die.
Real life news and things you're scared of. Aliens are confirmed. So there's that. And we're on a horror podcast. We should break that.
Ah, no!
I'm gonna be honest. I have not paid any attention to those news because I think they're just like, here, take this, as to like distract us.
Yeah,
from...
because we've assumed as much for the past few years
See,
now.
like,
We're
even
just like,
if
yeah,
we like kind of assumed or like kind of knew about it, like everyone's like, "Oh, not surprised." Not. I'm scared shitless still. So
Give
I
me
hate
something
this.
tangible. Give me something tangible.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm like terrified that they're gonna like come and like abduct people. Like
I believe them.
Like,
That's
War
all
of
I
the Worlds
need.
style.
I'll
I don't
fight an
need anything else.
alien. Abduct me, bitch.
no, like oh,
They heard that.
it's so bad. Like when I was a kid,
I
I was
watched
so
too much
afraid that
Breaking
ET would come and abduct me, but now that's like a reality. Like I'm like I can't sleep at night now. So yeah, this is a vulnerable hour for me. So I'm not really doing great with this news right now. So
You're so good, Sabrina. Don't worry. I will protect you from any and all aliens. I got your
because I
back.
don't think Blake will. Blake
Jayla
would
just
like, yeah,
called
fine.
the aliens out live on stream. So
They can
yeah,
come get
She
me.
summoned them while I was sitting right next
she
to
just
her.
pulled a Tony Stark with the terrorists. Giving
Yeah.
out her home address, like, come get me. Like, I'm not scared.
She literally said, "Come get me, bitch."
Yeah.
That's how I feel about you stinky aliens. Stinky,
Stinky.
slimy, dry-skinned
Oh,
aliens. Not
stop.
scared of you.
I think
I
someone
will
put a tweet
say,
and they're like, oh, which it was like Xenomorph, ET, like regular aliens, and like there's like another form one. And they're like, oh, which one would scare you? And I was like, honestly, ET, regular aliens, or there's like another thing. I was like, any of those came to Earth, my soul would leave my fucking body.
The War of the Worlds one.
Oh my god! My soul, like, I literally can't. I can't.
I feel like if we
man.
had an alien invasion, it'd
Like,
be
what if we're lucky
most
and they're
similar
like-
to that.
Never
That
mind, I can't
scared
say
me
that.
as a kid,
That
like
would've
so
spoiled the
bad
movie
that
for you.
like I think I literally look in my basement and I'm like, okay, if this happens, we're safe, right? Like it's bad.
No.
That.
There's
Thank
no
you.
need to
Thank
worry
you, Blake.
because
Thank you, Blake.
if the aliens genuinely want you, they'll get you.
Thanks,
So
Blake.
you don't have to worry.
Thank you very much.
What are we gonna do? They'll be like vaporized.
I already seen her.
Thanks. I don't want like little like the tentacles like come and pull me out like War of the Worlds style. Like that's scary shit, man. And the noise. Oh god, the noise.
You just share the tab.
The noise. Oh god, I hate that noise so much. That literally gives me PTSD. I hate that noise.
We should do that next week. We should do an alien stream. I think it's about time.
Ooh,
Eddie Murphy says the best alien movie is The Adventures of Pluto Nash. And for those of you who don't know,
I feel like he's a bit biased.
I think you're a little biased, but that's okay. I get it.
That's okay.
Maybe,
We love you
but
enough
we
to talk
respect it.
So if that's the case, so I'm gonna fake being sick next week.
Sabrina,
You know
call it out
what?
next
Blake
week.
and I, we have done a show just us. We've done a show at you, Sabrina. We can talk aliens. If you don't want to
That's
be a
right.
part of it.
Let's
I'm
get
kidding.
in on
I
the
love you.
aliens, and I can break out my
Stop!
impression,
Stop!
and she won't
Stop
freak
it!
out.
Stop it! You're not
Skelly
funny.
finger.
I feel
Or
like
if
if
I
I
could do
talk
the long
about
neck.
alien or aliens
Oh my
without
God, if you
Cam,
do-
I'd be doing him a disservice.
Everyone thinks ET's so cute. If that thing came up to me with a finger, I'm cutting it off. Like,
He's
get away from me.
Cute. He's like,
He's so nice. He's a
No, they're
meatheart.
not.
he's
Well-
in Star Wars. He's got to be nice.
No, he's not. He's like my worst enemy. I hate that little alien.
Well, I will say. Oh, okay. Sorry, my computer is freaking out. I will say it is getting warm in my house right now. Here in Texas, it is kind of just like the surface of the sun. And
I hope you guys are staying cool.
we will be seeing TMNT to take a break from all the hauntings.
Oh my
and
God,
the
let us know
ghouls.
how it is. I'm actually
And absolutely, and the eyes being popped out. But until next Thursday, at around 8 o'clock Central, we'll be right back.
I'll be right back.